Hello chess lovers, welcome to the new video. So today was round 2 of Norway chess, and I actually watched it live, not the whole round, but I watched it for maybe almost 2 hours, maybe 1 hour and a half or something like that. And it was interesting. First in the game between Karjakin and Rapport. It was very complicated, above my level, not easy to understand everything. Uh, but in the end, Karjakin saved what I believe was a lost position. And then they had an Armageddon game where he had to win because he was white, but Rapport defended well. Actually, Karjakin sacrificed his queen, and then it was a good fight. But in the end, 2 pawns up in the end game was not enough because of the opposite colored bishops and the good position of Black's king. You can check that game; it's good if you can find it online. Then we had a match, Carlsen Tari. Man, Tari yesterday he showed some lack of chess culture, or I don't know. He lost to Rapport in a classical style. Rapport just did the Nimzovich on him. He just did the recipe from Nimzovich's book. And today he showed something similar. I think the guy needs to. I don't know. I mean, his calculation skills are phenomenal. He's a great dynamic player, attacking, but his technique, I don't know. I think there is a big difference in his play in a tactical position and in strategic play. It's like he's a very good grandmaster when it comes to tactics and attacking and dynamic chess. When it comes to strategic ideas, he's okay. He is on grandmaster level maybe, but it's poor, man. It's very poor. Okay, he's very young. He has time to improve, but today we saw proof because he played against Carlsen. And opening, I don't know. But then in the middle game, Carlsen made some mistakes. Tari made great dynamic moves, when it was attacking chess. He got to a winning position. And then it was a matter of technique. First, he missed a tactical shot to end the game immediately, and then he got into an endgame, in which he had good winning chances. But you need technique for that, and his technique was awful. He just let Carlsen off the hook. That's embarrassing. Embarrassing for a girl. Sorry, Tari, I don't mean to be rude, but you need to sort your technical chess out, and you need to learn some chess classics, I guess. That's my best advice to you. In the second game, Carlsen demolished him. So, as expected, even though Carlsen is not on form. And then we had Nepo and Alireza. Um, a little bit boring game. In classical, it was drawn. And then they had an Armageddon game. And I'm going to show you this game. It was amazing. So Nepo was white. He opened with e4, e5, and King's Gambit. King's Gambit, a romantic opening that was very popular in the 19th century. So Alireza took knight f3, knight f6. I think this is called Shalops or Yanish defense. And after these moves, uh, Black took on e5 and gave this check. So with this, he wins an exchange. I'm going a little bit quickly, but I guess it's fairly obvious to people who play King's Gambit what's happening here. So now, what is important to realize? I'm going to stop here because this is the important moment. Here, if you're white, and if you think, "Ooh, I'm going to take this rook," that's not good thinking. If you do this, so you will take the rook, but you don't have this knight on e5 anymore, and you captured an undeveloped rook So you have an extra piece now, but black has many pawns for it. And you're just lost here. You wasted time to win some material, and you're not even that much material up, maybe not even any, and maybe a little bit of material up, but for what? So you wasted time. So that's not a threat. Taking this rook is not a threat, and that's why Nepo played bishop f4. But it seems that Alireza forgot that taking the rook is not a threat, so he put the bishop on a6. What he should have done is put the other bishop here so that he can castle, because this is not a threat. I mean, you can do it as white. You can take this rook, but as Nepo said after the game, here white is just lost. I checked with an engine, and it is true. It's minus 2.2, at least at the first glance. So for this reason, move bishop e6 was not logical, because white was not threatening. White was not threatening this. That was not realistic, so there was no need to block the e5. And after this, Nepo just continued in classical attacking style. So this is a position Tari would play well, you know, attack and calculate, and probably he would win too from here. So we had some tactical blows exchange, and now castles king side. So this bishop might open up the rook and then grab some material. The queen can make a double attack here. The pawn is threatening here, the knight is threatening, the rook is centralized. Black is just busted. So he played queen h6 with a cheeky threat of discovered check, but queen gave check, escaped this possibility, and after knight c6 we have knight f7 attacking the queen, so that this discovery is not possible, and queen took on e6, but now we have a developing move with a tempo, attacking the queen, protecting the knight. Queen gave a check, king escaped, and queen c5 offered a trade, but Nepo said no. Knight d6 check, pawn takes, and we had queen takes bishop, attacking the rook. The king cannot castle because of this bishop, so all black has is to capture this bishop, but then white regains the exchange after taking on a8, and then after some checks he collects much material and sets up a mating threat. This part was not too hard, and now a nice sequence: gf4, opening the g file, and after queen c5, rook g1 using the Rengen. The queen protects the rook through black's queen. So Alireza resigned here, because after this move many moves are winning, but one simple one is queen g7, just threatening rook h1, threatening rook g5, and threatening knight e4. Everything is threatened. So here the best move for black would be to give up the queen, but that's definitely not enough. All right, so that was my coverage of round 2. So Carlsen beat Tari in Armageddon, so he got 1.5 points. Karjakin lost, I mean he drew, but that's like a loss to Rapport in Armageddon, so 1.5 points for Rapport and 1 point for Karjakin. And Nepo did the same to Alireza, so draw in the classical game and a win in Armageddon. And what is the point to take home? The point to take home is that Tari needs to work on his technique. He lost a fan. Today he lost a fan. I just don't have much respect for very talented grandmaster when he shows lacks of chess culture. It's just something that I dislike. So maybe he will win me over in the next round or in the near future, but for now I'm not his fan. All right, thank you for watching. Please do share, comment, subscribe, and like. See you in the next video. Bye.